Ladies and gentlemen, if your life feels stuck, it's not because you're broken, it's because you've been repeating a story that no longer fits who you are. But what if I told you that in just 21 days, you could rewrite that story? Not with hype, not with luck, but with raw, unshakable discipline. This isn't a challenge, this is your awakening. So if you're tired of surviving and ready to start living, stay with me. Your new life doesn't begin someday, it begins now. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need the stars to align, the conditions to be perfect, or the support of the world to begin. What you need is a decision, a bold, fearless decision to start. Most people spend their lives waiting for a sign, waiting for the right time, waiting for someone to say, "Go ahead, now's the moment." But that moment doesn't come, not because life is cruel, but because life is testing who's serious. The truth is, change doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't come softly. It doesn't knock politely. It demands action. It shows up when you stop negotiating with fear and start moving despite it. You don't need a perfect plan. You need commitment. You need hunger. You need that fire that says, "I'm done waiting. I'm ready to take back control." You'll never feel completely ready, and that's the catch. If you keep waiting for clarity, you'll sit in confusion forever. But if you take one step, just one courageous step, life starts to move with you. And once it moves, momentum builds. Momentum doesn't care if you're scared. It doesn't care if you stumbled before. It only responds to effort, to grit, to the refusal to give up. The power of 21 days isn't in the number. It's in the mindset. It's the idea that for 21 days, you choose to show up for yourself. You choose to stop playing small. You choose to stop shrinking for other people's comfort. It's a decision to stop being available to the things that drain you and start becoming loyal to the things that grow you. People think transformation is loud and dramatic, but real change is often quiet. It's waking up and doing what you said you would do, even when no one's watching. It's pushing yourself when your mind says quit. It's walking into a new version of yourself every single day and not apologizing for it. There's a version of you that you haven't met yet. That version is not built on comfort. That version is born in discomfort, in discipline, in raw, unfiltered self-belief. You meet that version when you decide you're no longer available for the old story, the one that kept you stuck. Every excuse you've made up until now, every reason you gave yourself for why it's not the right time. Let it burn. Let it go. Because that story has served its time. It was there to protect you once, maybe. But now it's just holding you back. You're not here to live the same day over and over. You're here to evolve. And that evolution starts the moment you say, "Enough." Stop asking for approval to be great. Stop shrinking your dreams to fit into someone else's comfort zone. Some people won't understand your hunger, and they're not supposed to. This journey is not about them. It's about you becoming undeniable. You don't need them to see the vision. You need to see it. You need to believe in it so deeply that even on the days you want to quit, you remember why you started. You remember the version of you that was tired of the pain, tired of the stagnancy, tired of not recognizing their own reflection in the mirror. Change requires discomfort. It requires sacrifice. It asks for your energy, your time, your consistency. But it gives you something far more valuable in return. Ownership of your life, power, confidence, clarity. And those things aren't just given. They're earned, moment by moment, chupdat, always by choice. You don't become unstoppable overnight. You become unstoppable every time you choose to rise when it's easier to fold. You become unstoppable when you realize no one's coming to save you. And that's not a tragedy, it's a gift. Because once you accept that, you stop waiting and you start becoming. The next 21 days are not a challenge. They are an initiation into your power, into your truth, into the identity that no longer needs permission to shine. You don't change your life in one giant leap. You change it in small, intentional steps, taken over and over with conviction. And yes, you'll have doubts. You'll have days where it feels like nothing's working. But those are the days that matter most. Because what you do when no one is clapping, when nothing is easy, when progress feels invisible, that's what defines you. That's where the magic happens. Not in the highlight reel, but in the discipline of the behind the scenes. If you give 21 days your everything, if you show up with courage instead of excuses, with grit instead of fear, you won't just see progress. you'll feel reborn. Not because life suddenly got easier, but because you stopped waiting for easy. You started choosing growth over comfort, integrity over instant gratification. And the moment you do that, the world shifts. Doors open, energy changes, you attract better because you've become better. You've always had the power. It was never lost, it was just buried under layers of doubt, fear, and noise. And now you're peeling that back, layer by layer, step by step. You're coming home to yourself, the self that dares, the self that tries, the self that doesn't need validation to take up space. You're not becoming someone new. You're remembering who you were before the world told you to dim your light. And once you remember that, nothing can stop you. The next 21 days will test you, but they will also teach you about strength, about resilience, about what it truly means to choose yourself, not in a selfish way, but in a self-honoring way. Because when you finally choose yourself, everything changes. Not instantly, but undeniably. Everyone wants change. Everyone wants the breakthrough, the glow up, the moment where everything shifts. But very few are willing to do what it actually takes. Not once, not twice, but every single day. That's where the real separation begins. It's not about having motivation. Motivation is fleeting. It's emotional. It shows up when things feel exciting, when the vision is new, when the energy is high. But what happens when that excitement fades? When nobody's clapping? When the mirror doesn't reflect results yet? That's where discipline steps in. And that's where the real game begins. Discipline isn't a punishment, it's a promise. A promise that says, I will show up for myself no matter what. When the world gets noisy, when the path feels unclear, when everything in you wants to fall back into comfort, discipline whispers, keep going. It's not glamorous, it's not always fun, but it's the quiet, powerful commitment that transforms everything it touches. People wait for motivation like it's a divine moment. But the truth is, discipline will always do what motivation can't. It's not about how loud you start. It's about how consistent you stay. For the next 21 days, the challenge isn't to be perfect. The challenge is to be present, to be committed, to be locked in, not just when it's convenient, but especially when it's not. Because the version of you you're trying to become, that version isn't built in hype. It's built in habit. It's built every morning you get up and honor your goals, even when your mind is begging you to hit snooze. It's built every evening you choose growth over distraction, purpose over comfort. Think about the people you admire, the ones who are doing the things you dream of. They aren't there by accident. They didn't wake up magically motivated every day. They mastered the art of discipline. They understood that feelings are temporary, but choices are powerful. Every time you follow through on a commitment to yourself, you build something much more valuable than a result. You build trust, and that trust becomes unshakable. You can't fake consistency. You can't shortcut discipline. You either do the work or you don't. But the beauty is, every single day, you get the chance to prove to yourself that you can. And when you do, something inside you shifts. You stop negotiating with laziness. You stop explaining your potential to people who don't get it. You stop needing applause to validate your direction. You become grounded in your mission. And when that happens, nothing, not criticism, not failure, not delay, can shake your path. The world glorifies hustle. It glorifies overnight success. But real transformation, that happens in the small, quiet moments. When you make the hard choice without needing to talk about it. When you train without posting it. When you practice, improve, fail, adjust, and keep showing up with no spotlight. That's where champions are born. That's where confidence is built. Not the fake kind, not the external kind, but the real, unshakable kind that comes from knowing you've earned your own respect. Discipline is the real glow up because it doesn't just change your schedule, it changes your identity. It rewires your brain to stop seeking comfort and start craving progress. It turns discomfort into a tool instead of a threat. Suddenly you stop fearing the work. You start trusting the process. You learn that pain has purpose, that sacrifice has value, and that every time you say yes to your future, you're saying no to the things that once held you back. It's easy to talk about goals. It's easy to make promises at the beginning. But what matters is what happens when no one's watching. Will you still show up? Will you still do what needs to be done when the fire of excitement has burned out? That's it. It separates the average from the exceptional. That's what defines whether the next 21 days will be another forgotten attempt or the start of something unshakable. This journey isn't about trying, it's about deciding. Trying leaves room for excuses. Deciding removes the option to quit. When you decide to commit for 21 days, you're not hoping for change, you're creating it. You're planting seeds that may not bloom tomorrow, but they will bloom. And when they do, the roots will be deep because they were built on consistency, not luck. The hard truth is, most people won't make it through all 21 days. Not because they're not capable, but because they haven't learned how to be loyal to themselves. They're loyal to distractions, loyal to old patterns, loyal to comfort. But comfort never builds legacy. Comfort never builds greatness. If you want to live a life that others admire, you have to be willing to do what others avoid. That's the cost of transformation. That's the price of power. You don't need to take massive leaps. You just need to take daily, deliberate steps. Small victories. One choice at a time. One decision to wake up early. One decision to eat with intention. One decision to stay focused when the world tries to pull you off track. Those little choices compound, and over 21 days, they create momentum that is nearly impossible to stop. But that momentum is earned through repetition, through focus, through sacrifice. And yes, it will be uncomfortable, but that discomfort is the birthplace of everything beautiful, of mental toughness, of emotional strength, of self-control. These aren't traits you're born with, they're skills you build, and discipline is the workshop where it all happens. Every day is a new opportunity to win the battle between who you are and who you're becoming. The easy path will always be there, but so will the path of growth, the different. Hence is which one you choose, and not just once but over and over until it becomes second nature, until it stops being a decision and starts being your identity. The next 21 days aren't about proving anything to anyone else, they're about proving something to yourself. That you can be counted on, that you follow through, that when you say you're going to do something, you do it. Not when you feel like it, not when it's trending, but always, because that's who you are now. Not someone who starts and stops, but someone who builds, someone who stays, someone who transforms. There comes a point where playing small no longer feels safe. It starts to suffocate. The dreams that once whispered quietly start roaring. The soul grows restless. Not because life is unbearable, but because it knows what you're capable of. Deep down, you know it too. The truth is, most people don't fear failure. They fear judgment. They fear being too much, wanting too much, aiming too high. But if you want to change your life, the first thing you must do is stop apologizing for wanting more. Desire is not a weakness, it's a signal, a pulse of potential that keeps beating in your chest until you answer it. Wanting more out of your life, more peace, more purpose, more fulfillment is not selfish, it's survival. Because settling is its own kind of death. You can look successful to the world and still feel hollow inside. That's why so many people are living exhausted lives, constantly performing for approval while quietly starving for authenticity. The next 21 days are not just about changing habits. They're about shedding shame. Shame for wanting to rise above the noise. Shame for choosing yourself. Shame for leaving behind what no longer fits. The world may try to make you feel guilty for evolving, but evolution was never supposed to be quiet. It's bold, it's loud, and it often makes others uncomfortable. But you weren't born to live a life that makes everyone else feel safe. You were born to set yourself free. Freedom doesn't come when you finally get valida. It comes the moment you realize you don't need it. You don't need anyone to understand your vision. You don't need anyone to approve your journey. You don't need anyone's permission to want what you want. Because no one else sees what you see. No one else feels what you feel when you close your eyes and imagine what could be. That vision was given to you for a reason, and it's time you stop waiting for the world to be ready for your power. Most people are not afraid of being average. They're afraid of being exceptional and being rejected for it. But being liked is not the same as being fulfilled. When you lower your standards, shrink your dreams, or silence your truth just to keep others comfortable, you betray yourself. And self-betrayal doesn't just wound, it poisons. It seeps into everything, your relationships, your confidence, your purpose, until you're just a shadow of what you were meant to be. The next version of you is bold, not in arrogance, but in alignment. It doesn't apologize for shining. It doesn't seek permission to speak. It doesn't hide to protect fragile egos. Because playing small doesn't serve the world. Playing small doesn't heal anyone. Playing small certainly won't help you rise. And if you want change, real change, you have to choose courage over comfort every single time. Courage means walking away from circles that keep you small, from patterns that keep you safe, from narratives that say, be realistic. Realistic is code for average. And you weren't built to be average. You were built to create, to lead, to challenge, to inspire. But you can't do any of that if you're constantly censoring your own greatness. There will be people who don't get it. Let them. That's not your business. Your business is showing up, fully, unfiltered, unapologetically. Power doesn't come from control, it comes from liberation. The kind that says, I don't need to fit in because I was born to stand out. The kind that says, I choose to believe in myself even if no one else does yet. The kind that refuses to play the game by rules that were never designed for your greatness. For 21 days, you give yourself that permission. The permission to take up space. The permission to change the narrative. The permission to choose ambition, even if others call it too much. There is no such thing as too much when you are operating in your truth. Too ambitious, too loud, too confident. These are projections. They are reflections of someone else's discomfort. You don't need to carry that anymore. Let people misunderstand you. Let them mislabel your confidence as arrogance. Let them walk away if your evolution threatens their stagnation. That's not rejection. That's alignment. You are not losing people. You are finding yourself. The world has enough watered down souls. It needs more people who are on fire for their purpose. People who say, I will not shrink myself just to fit into your frame. And the moment you stop shrinking, something extraordinary happens. Your energy shifts. You stop attracting people who tolerate you and start drawing in those who respect your presence. You start building a life that doesn't just impress others, it satisfies your soul. Every time you choose authenticity over approval, you grow. Every time you choose alignment over acceptance, you rise. Every time you choose to say yes to yourself instead of yes to someone else's version of you, you become more powerful. Not because you're better than anyone else, but because you're finally whole. The next 21 days are not about becoming someone new. They are about returning to the version of you that existed before the world told you to sit down, be quiet, and stay small. That version was wild. It was driven. It believed anything was possible. And it still exists. Buried under years of conditioning and criticism. But it's there, and it's ready. Ready to speak up, ready to stand tall, ready to go after the life you've always known you were meant to live. You don't need a crowd to believe in you. You just need you, the real you, the one who's tired of waiting, tired of playing small, tired of pretending, the one who's ready to rise, not because it's easy, but because it's time. Because silence has a cost, and the longer you mute your power, the more you pay. So choose yourself, choose your fire, choose your future, not tomorrow, not someday, now. You owe that to the younger version of you who dreamed big. You owe that to the future version of you who's waiting on the other side of fear. And most of all, you owe that to the present version of you who's been quiet for too long. The past does not define what comes next. That's the most liberating truth you can carry. No matter what mistakes have been made, no matter how long you've stayed stuck, no matter how many times you've fallen short, those moments are not your identity. They're part of your story, but they are not the final chapter. Too often, people let their past pain, their failures, and their heartbreaks become permanent labels. But pain is not a destination, it's a teacher. And what it teaches can either imprison you or empower you. The difference lies in how you respond. It's easy to replay old memories and build your future based on them. But what if everything you've been through was not to break you, but to prepare you? What if the chaos was constructing the courage? What if the setbacks were shaping the strength? The mind loves to remind you of where you've fallen, but it rarely celebrates how far you've come. Growth isn't always loud. Sometimes it looks like surviving things you thought would destroy you. And yet here you are, maybe not fully healed, maybe still figuring it out. But here, that matters. Every scar you carry tells a story, not of weakness, but of resilience. Of someone or kept going, of someone who didn't quit. And while the world may see those scars and ask what happened to you, you can look at them and say, here's proof that I made it. Healing doesn't erase the past, it reclaims it. It transforms pain into power, regret into wisdom, loss into purpose. You're not starting over, you're starting from experience, and experience is priceless. For the next 21 days, the goal is not to become perfect, it's to become real, to stop pretending, to stop performing, to stop wearing the mask that says, I'm fine, when inside, you know you've been carrying weight for far too long. The pressure to appear strong often becomes the reason people stay broken. But strength isn't pretending nothing hurts. Strength is owning your story and still choosing to rise. You've been taught to push things down, to move on quickly, to forget. But real change doesn't happen in denial, it happens in truth. And the truth is, there are parts of you that need to be seen, acknowledged, and loved. Not in spite of your past, but because of it. You are not broken, you are becoming. And becoming takes time, grace, and relentless honesty. It's not a straight path, it's a messy, courageous, beautiful journey back to yourself. You don't have to have everything figured out to move forward. Clarity doesn't always come before action. Sometimes it meets you on the way. The important thing is to stop using the past as evidence of why you can't, and start using it as fuel for why you must. You've been through too much to live a life that doesn't light you up. You've seen too many hard days to keep waiting for the right time. The time is now, and the decision is yours. Forgiving the past isn't about excusing it. It's about freeing yourself from it. As long as you're holding on to bitterness, shame, or regret, you're giving your power away. And that power belongs to you. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your healing. You don't need permission to move forward. The people who hurt you may never apologize. The situations that broke you may never make sense. But your healing isn't dependent on closure, it's dependent on choice. The choice to wake up every day and not be defined by what happened to you. The choice to write new pages in your story. The choice to show up even when you feel unqualified. The choice to love yourself, not just the polished parts, but the messy, imperfect human parts. That's where real power lives, in authenticity, in the courage to own your narrative instead of running from it. There is a version of you waiting to be discovered on the other side of these 21 days. Not a fantasy, not some flawless ideal, but a stronger, wiser, more grounded you. The one who doesn't just survive, but thrives. The one who doesn't let the past dictate the future. The one who walks into every room knowing they belong, not because of their history, but because of their presence. And presence comes from healing, from alignment, from finally deciding that enough is enough. You get to decide what story you tell yourself. You get to decide what beliefs you carry forward. The belief that you're not enough, that came from pain. The belief that you always mess things up, that came from a moment, not a truth. And it's time to let those beliefs go, because they've overstayed their welcome. They've kept you small, they've kept you silent, they've kept you second-guessing your power. But deep down, you've always known there was more to give, more to become, more to experience. And that more begins the moment you stop dragging your old identity into your new destiny. Change doesn't require perfection, it requires permission. Permission to grow beyond the roles you've played. Permission to let go of the past version of you who only knew survival. That version did the best they could, but you're not there anymore. You're not that person anymore. You've learned, you've lost, you've let go, and now it's time to rise. There is no shame in starting again. Starting again doesn't mean you failed. It means you're brave enough to try, brave enough to hope, brave enough to rebuild from the inside out. And with every new day, you prove to yourself that it's possible, that you're capable, that you're worthy of a life that reflects who you truly are, not just who you had to be in survival mode. The power to transform doesn't come from pretending the past never happened. It comes from honoring it, then moving forward anyway. You're not here to repeat cycles, you're here to break them. You're not here to carry old pain, you're here to heal it. And you don't need anyone's permission to do so. You just need your own. Because once you give yourself that permission, nothing is the same. The weight lifts, the fog clears, and everything you once thought was impossible starts to feel within reach. You can rise without resentment. You can move forward with peace. You can rewrite the story without erasing the journey, because it all matters. Every tear, every trial, every scar, they brought you here. And here is exactly where change begins.